Your mind is constantly buzzing with thoughts, worries, regrets, fears, and distractions. But what if you could master the art of inner silence? Imagine a life where peace replaces stress and clarity overcomes chaos. In this video, we uncover 7 life-changing Buddhist teachings that will help you quiet your mind and transform your inner world. Stay until the end, because the final lesson holds the key to lasting serenity. These timeless teachings have reshaped countless lives, offering wisdom to change how you think, feel, and respond to challenges. Whether you're battling stress, anxiety, or simply seeking a calmer mind, these insights will guide you toward true inner peace. Buddhism has preserved ancient wisdom to help you silence mental noise, break free from overthinking, and discover deep tranquility. If you're ready to let go of stress and embrace clarity, keep watching. Let's begin. 1. Become the observer, not the servant of your thoughts. Your mind is like an endless stream, constantly generating thoughts, some positive, some negative, and many completely random. These thoughts can range from insightful to anxious, but remember, you are not your thoughts. Just because a thought appears in your mind doesn't mean it's true, nor does it mean you must believe or act upon it. Buddhism teaches the practice of detached awareness, learning to observe your thoughts without becoming emotionally entangled in them. Imagine your thoughts as clouds drifting in the sky. Some are light and pleasant, while others are dark and stormy. Yet, no matter their form, they always pass. Your mind is like the sky, vast, open, and unaffected by passing clouds. The next time you feel overwhelmed by stress, worry, or negativity, take a deep breath and mentally step back. Instead of saying, "I am anxious," reframe your perspective to, "I am noticing anxiety in my mind." This small shift creates distance between you and your thoughts, making it easier to let them pass without being controlled by them. By practicing this awareness daily, you free yourself from the endless cycle of overthinking. You no longer react impulsively to every thought, but instead respond with clarity and wisdom. Remember, your thoughts do not control you unless you allow them to. You are the observer, not the servant. 2. Silence the mind by mastering your breath. Your breath is one of the most powerful tools for calming the mind and finding inner stillness. In Buddhism, the breath is seen as a direct path to mindfulness, anchoring you in the present moment. When your mind is restless, thoughts race, and emotions become overwhelming, your breath remains a steady refuge. Most people breathe unconsciously, often in shallow, rapid patterns, especially during stress. But when you learn to control your breath, you gain control over your mind. A slow, deep breath signals your nervous system to relax, slowing your thoughts and calming your emotions. A simple yet effective Buddhist breathing practice is conscious breathing. 1. Inhale deeply through your nose for a slow count of 4. 2. Hold your breath for 4 counts. 3. Exhale gently through your mouth for 4 counts. 4th pause, then repeat the cycle. As you do this, focus your full attention on the feeling of air entering and leaving your body. Notice how your chest and belly rise and fall. The more you concentrate on your breath, the quieter your thoughts become. Whenever you feel overwhelmed, pause for a moment and return to your breath. This simple habit instantly creates space between you and your emotions, allowing you to respond with calmness instead of reacting impulsively. With practice, your breath becomes a powerful tool for inner peace, helping you silence the noise of the mind and reconnect with the present moment. 3. Reduce mental clutter with simplicity. A cluttered mind is often the result of an overstimulated life, too many distractions, too much information, and unnecessary worries. In Buddhism, simplicity isn't just about owning fewer things. It's about creating mental space by letting go of what doesn't serve you. When your life is filled with unnecessary commitments, excess possessions, or constant digital distractions, your mind becomes restless and overwhelmed. One way to reduce mental clutter is by simplifying your daily habits. Start by focusing on what truly matters. Ask yourself, am I holding on to things, physical or emotional, that no longer serve me? Do I spend too much time worrying about things I can't control? Am I overloading my mind with social media, news, or endless entertainment? The less mental and physical clutter you have, the more peace you will experience. Start small, tidy up your living space, limit unnecessary screen time, and be intentional about where you direct your attention. Even something as simple as reducing multitasking and focusing on one task at a time can help clear your mind. Simplicity is about making space for what truly matters: peace, clarity, and presence. When you stop filling your mind with unnecessary noise, you create room for stillness and wisdom to arise. The power of single tasking. In a world that constantly demands our attention, our minds have become accustomed to jumping from one task to another. We check our phones while eating, switch between tabs while working, and juggle multiple conversations at once. This habit of dividing attention may seem productive, but in reality, it scatters the mind, increases stress, and reduces the quality of our experiences. The mind thrives when it is fully engaged in one task at a time. By immersing yourself in a single activity with full awareness, you cultivate clarity, efficiency, and a deeper sense of peace. To begin this practice, approach each task with complete focus. When you work, work with full attention. When you eat, be fully present with your meal. When you walk, notice each step instead of letting your mind wander. Avoid unnecessary task switching, as it only fragments your attention and lowers the quality of what you're doing. A crucial step in maintaining focus is eliminating distractions. In today's world, interruptions, notifications, emails, social media, and background noise pull the mind in multiple directions. To support concentration, put your phone on silent. Close unnecessary apps or tabs. Find a quiet space if possible. Keep your environment clutter-free to reduce mental distractions. Engage your senses to deepen presence. Engaging the senses strengthens mindfulness and keeps you grounded in the present moment. Instead of rushing through tasks mechanically, pay close attention to the physical sensations involved. If you're drinking tea, notice the warmth of the cup in your hands, the aroma rising, and the taste with each sip. If you're writing, feel the smooth movement of the pen across the paper. By tuning into these details, you pull your mind away from distractions and into the present, where true calmness resides. Slow down and move with intention. In a culture that values speed and efficiency, we often rush through activities without truly experiencing them. But by practicing slow, deliberate actions, the mind becomes more attentive, and the act itself becomes meditative. Even simple tasks, washing dishes, folding clothes, or typing on a keyboard, can become moments of mindfulness when done with full awareness. Incorporate short pauses. Another powerful practice is taking short pauses between tasks. Instead of moving from one activity to the next in a hurried manner, take a deep breath before transitioning. This brief moment of stillness resets your mind, allowing you to approach the next task with renewed focus and presence. Resetting the mind prevents mental fatigue and improves clarity. Even a few seconds of mindful breathing can help you regain focus and approach the next task with a fresh, undistracted mind. By practicing these small yet powerful habits daily, your mind gradually learns to stay present and fully engaged in whatever is happening. Over time, this leads to a calmer, clearer, and more intentional way of living, allowing for greater fulfillment in every moment. 5. Stop over-identifying with your problems. One of the biggest sources of mental suffering is the tendency to over-identify with problems. When challenges arise, it's natural to feel overwhelmed, frustrated, or stuck. However, the mind often makes struggles even worse by attaching them to our identity. Instead of seeing problems as temporary situations, we start believing they define who we are. This attachment creates unnecessary stress, anxiety, and a cycle of negative thinking. Buddhism teaches that suffering comes from clinging to emotions, thoughts, and personal struggles. When you over-identify with your problems, you reinforce the belief that they are a fundamental part of you. Instead of saying, "I am stressed," try shifting your perspective to, "I am experiencing stress." Instead of, "I am a failure," say, "I am facing a setback." This simple change in language creates space between you and your difficulties, helping you see them for what they really are, temporary experiences, not permanent truths. Detach from your thoughts. Your mind constantly generates thoughts, but not all of them are true or useful. Just because you think something doesn't mean you have to believe it. Often problems feel heavier than they actually are because we replay them in our minds, feeding them with more energy. Instead of letting your thoughts define you, practice stepping back and observing them like an outsider. Imagine your thoughts as leaves floating down a river. Acknowledge them, but let them drift away without grabbing onto them. Recognize that everything is temporary. Another key to detaching from problems is recognizing that everything is temporary. Emotions, struggles, and even life circumstances are always changing. What feels overwhelming today might not even matter in a few weeks, months, or years. By remembering the impermanence of all things, you can navigate challenges with greater calm and perspective. Use mindfulness to overcome over-identification. Mindfulness is a powerful tool for breaking free from over-identification. When a problem arises, 1. Pause for a moment. 2. Take a deep breath. 3. Bring your attention to the present. 4. Ask yourself, am I making this problem bigger by overthinking? Is this truly who I am, or is it just something I am experiencing right now? Practicing this awareness daily trains your mind to respond rather than react, leading to greater emotional balance and inner peace. Instead of labeling yourself based on your struggles, focus on cultivating resilience and wisdom. Every challenge carries a lesson, and the more you detach from the emotional weight of problems, the more clearly you can see solutions. Shift your perspective on problems. Rather than seeing problems as obstacles, try viewing them as opportunities for growth. When you stop resisting difficulties and start embracing them as part of life's natural flow, they lose their power over you. Problems are not punishments. They are invitations to evolve, learn, and become stronger. Practice gratitude to break the cycle. Practicing gratitude can also weaken the grip of over-identification. Even in difficult times, there is always something to be grateful for. By focusing on the positive aspects of your life, you remind yourself that problems do not define your existence. Gratitude shifts your attention away from lack and toward abundance, creating a more balanced mindset. Surround yourself with clarity. The people around you influence how you perceive challenges. Surrounding yourself with supportive and mindful individuals can help you detach from problems. Talking to those who see life with clarity allows you to gain fresh perspectives, lighten your mental burden, and approach life with greater wisdom. Their perspectives can help you break free. The perspectives of wise individuals can help you break free from negative mental loops. Seek out wisdom from spiritual teachings, books, or mentors who remind you that struggles are temporary and that you are far greater than any problem you face. Finally, remember, peace does not come from a life without problems. It comes from a mind that no longer lets problems control it. The goal is not to avoid difficulties, but to meet them with awareness, understanding, and detachment. When you stop over-identifying with your problems, you reclaim your power. Your mind becomes a place of freedom rather than suffering. 6. Daily stillness. Practices to reset your mind. In today's fast-paced world, stillness has become rare. The mind is constantly bombarded with distractions, notifications, social media, work, and daily responsibilities. Even in moments of free time, we often fill the silence with more noise, whether it's scrolling through our phones or mentally running through our to-do list. This continuous mental activity creates stress, anxiety, and exhaustion. Buddhism teaches that true peace is found not in doing more, but in doing less. It is in moments of stillness that the mind resets and reconnects with itself. Stillness is not just the absence of movement or silence. It is a conscious practice of pausing and observing. When you allow yourself to be still, even for a few minutes each day, your mind naturally begins to quiet down. Thoughts slow, emotions settle, and clarity returns. Stillness acts as a reset button, clearing away mental clutter and allowing you to approach life with calmness and focus. Simple ways to cultivate stillness. 1. Daily meditation. One of the simplest ways to cultivate stillness is through daily meditation. You don't need to sit for hours, just a few minutes of intentional silence can make a huge difference. Find a quiet space, close your eyes, focus on your breath. As thoughts arise, observe them without judgment and let them pass. Over time, this practice strengthens your ability to detach from distractions and return to a state of inner peace. 2. Mindful breathing. Mindful breathing is another powerful stillness practice. Throughout the day, take a few moments to breathe deeply and mindfully. Inhale slowly, feeling the air fill your lungs. Exhale gently, letting go of tension. This simple act instantly brings you back to the present moment, silencing the mind's restless chatter. Your breath is always available. It is a natural anchor to ground you in stillness, no matter where you are. 3. Spend time in nature. Nature has a unique ability to slow down the mind, whether it's a quiet walk in the park, sitting by a river, simply observing the trees and sky. Being in nature helps you disconnect from external stress and reconnect with yourself. The sounds of birds, the movement of the wind, and the rhythm of natural life remind us to slow down and just be. 4. Engage in silent activities. Stillness doesn't always require meditation. You can cultivate it through quiet, mindful activities like reading a book, journaling, painting, sipping tea mindfully. The key is to engage in these activities with full awareness, free from distractions or multitasking. 5. Set aside time for complete silence. Many spiritual traditions emphasize the importance of silent retreats, but you can create a mini retreat in your own home. Try setting aside 10 to 15 minutes each day to sit in silence, away from screens, conversations, or distractions. Use this time to observe your thoughts, reflect, simply enjoy the peacefulness of the moment. 6. Let go of mental resistance. Often, when we try to be still, the mind resists. Thoughts arise telling us we should be doing something productive. But stillness itself is one of the most productive things you can do for your mind. Instead of resisting, embrace the moment, allow yourself to simply be. Recognize that stillness is where clarity and wisdom arise. By incorporating these stillness practices into your daily routine, you create space for mental clarity, emotional balance, and deep inner peace. Allow yourself to embrace stillness. Stillness is not a luxury. It is a necessary part of life. Another powerful stillness practice is body awareness. Close your eyes and scan your body from head to toe. Notice any areas of tension or discomfort. Gently breathe into those areas and allow them to relax. By shifting your focus away from mental noise and into physical awareness, you become more grounded and present, rather than lost in thought. Over time, these daily stillness practices train your mind to be less reactive, more peaceful, more resilient to stress. Stillness is not about escaping life. It's about fully experiencing it with clarity and presence. When you make time for stillness, you create space for deeper wisdom, better decision-making, a profound sense of inner balance. Remember, in stillness, the mind finds its natural state. The more you practice, the more you realize that peace is not something to chase, it is something you cultivate from within. 7. Let go of the need to control everything. One of the biggest sources of stress and mental unrest is the constant need to control outcomes, people, emotions, the future. We want life to unfold exactly as we expect, and when things don't go our way, we feel anxious, frustrated, powerless. But Buddhism teaches a powerful truth. Control is an illusion. No matter how much we plan, worry, or resist, life will always be unpredictable. The sooner we learn to let go, the sooner we can find true inner peace. The illusion of control. The desire for control often comes from fear. We fear uncertainty, so we try to manipulate situations to fit our expectations. We fear loss, so we cling tightly to people, possessions, and identities. We fear failure, so we try to predict and prevent every possible mistake. But the more we hold on, the more suffering we create. Control does not bring security, it brings stress. Letting go does not mean giving up. It means trusting that life will unfold as it is meant to. 1. Acceptance, the first step to letting go. Accept that not everything is in your hands. No matter how much effort you put in, there will always be factors beyond your influence, other people's actions, unexpected events, the passage of time. Instead of resisting reality, practice accepting things as they are. When you stop fighting what you cannot change, you free your mind from unnecessary tension and open yourself up to peace. 2. Practice mindful surrender. The next time you feel the need to control a situation, pause and ask yourself, am I trying to force an outcome that is beyond my control? Is my worry or resistance actually changing anything? Can I approach this situation with trust instead of fear? Shifting your mindset from control to trust allows you to navigate life with ease rather than stress, cultivate inner peace instead of frustration, accept uncertainty without fear. Letting go does not mean inaction. It means acting with wisdom rather than fear-driven resistance. 3. Trust in the flow of life. When you release the need for absolute control, you become more open to possibilities. Instead of forcing outcomes, you learn to adapt. Instead of clinging to the past, you embrace the present. Instead of fearing change, you flow with it. The greatest freedom comes when you trust life rather than trying to control it. Let go and watch how peace naturally finds you. Embrace life with flexibility and openness. By shifting your perspective, you begin to see that control is not the key to happiness. Adaptability is. Life is like a river. The more you try to force it to flow in a certain direction, the more you struggle. But when you learn to flow with it, you experience freedom. 1. Detach from expectations. Many of our frustrations come from rigid expectations. Expecting people to act a certain way, expecting success to come easily, expecting life to always be smooth. When reality doesn't match our expectations, we suffer. Instead of clinging to how things should be, practice approaching life with an open mind and heart. Accept that things may unfold differently than you imagined, and that's okay. 2. Trust the process. Not everything will go the way you want, but that doesn't mean things are going wrong. Many times setbacks and delays are actually leading you to better opportunities, helping you gain wisdom, guiding you toward growth. Looking back, you may realize that what once seemed like failure was actually a necessary step forward. By embracing uncertainty and trusting the natural flow of life, You reduce anxiety and allow things to happen in their own time. 3. Use mindfulness to release control. Whenever you feel anxious or trying to control a situation, 1. Pause. 2. Close your eyes. 3. Take a deep breath. 4. Remind yourself, I release the need to control. I trust that life will unfold as it should. Practicing this daily helps rewire your mind to respond with calmness rather than resistance. 4. Focus on what you can control. Letting go does not mean becoming passive. It means shifting focus to what is truly within your power, your attitude, your actions, your reactions. Rather than stressing over things outside your influence, put your energy into cultivating inner peace, strengthening patience, building resilience. 5. Find freedom in letting go. Letting go is a lifelong practice, but the more you embrace it, the lighter your mind becomes. You will no longer be weighed down by unnecessary worry. Life will flow more smoothly when you stop resisting it. True freedom comes not from control, but from learning to be at peace with whatever comes. A path to inner peace. The journey to inner peace begins with small, daily actions, becoming the observer of your thoughts, mastering your breath, simplifying your life, embracing single tasking, detaching from problems, practicing daily stillness, letting go of control. By integrating these practices, you can transform your mind into a sanctuary of calm. May you be happy. May you be peaceful. May you be free from suffering. If you found this message meaningful, consider subscribing to Silent Strength for more wisdom on Buddhist philosophy and mindfulness. Which of these teachings speaks to you the most? Let us know in the comments.